Do you know that some of your ancestors that you must have been thinking are already in the land of the spirit are still very much around here in the land of the living, roaming about? Do you know why? Because some of them did not live well. By that they did not live well, I mean that some of them lived the kind of lifestyle that was not in good accord, or that was not in the same accordance with why they were here. You know, all of us came to this earth from our own individual kingdoms. We all originated from our own individual kingdoms. And on your coming from that your individual kingdom, they must give you a task. They must assign you to come and perform one or two tasks here on earth. And mind you that whatever task that must be assigned to you must in one way or the other be a helping hand to some other people's task. Likewise, some other people's destined task must in one way or the other be helping hands to your own destined task. There are these chains of destined connectivity in form of destiny helpers, destiny participants, and so on. That's why I usually tell people that no human being can fulfill his or her destiny all by him or herself. Destiny helpers or destiny participants must be involved. They must play their own roles. Some destiny participants will play minor roles, while some will play major roles in your destiny. Likewise, you will play minor roles to some people's destiny, while you will still play major roles to some people's destiny. That's how nature has designed it. And when your body becomes inhospitable, that is when your body becomes totally weak and you are to leave or exit from that your body, it will be expected that you transcend back to that your source, that is back to that your kingdom where you originated from. But those who are the only people that are privileged for that are those who have completed their destined task here on earth. They will be the ones to transcend back to their source, back to their origin once their body becomes inhospitable. But if you haven't gotten your destined task totally completed or fulfilled, instead of transcending back to your source, you will reincarnate to another body to start from where you stop. And until you get that your destined task completed or fulfilled, you will not transcend back to that your source. You will keep on reincarnating until you get it right. That's why if you check the ancient days before the existence of money, religion, and power, there are these records of great men, great ancient men. That was because they lived the kind of life that were in good accordance with why they were here. Unlike the world of today, since the introduction of money, religion, and power, life gradually became fully dependent on those three things: money, religion, and power. And if you are not conscious enough, you see money and power, especially money and power, if you are not conscious enough, those two alone can take you some steps away from the circle of why you are here. And you start living, if you are not conscious enough, because of those two, you will start living a kind of life that will not be in the same accord with why you are here. Nowadays, we channel most of our energy towards making money, attaining a kind of societal power or positions and so on, and towards religion beliefs and so on. That's why if you check, you see that the numbers of entities living currently here on earth, about 80% of us are reincarnated entities. It is only about 20% of us that are entities from their source. About 80% of us are reincarnated entities. That is to tell you that since the introduction of money, power, and religion, the rate of reincarnation kept on becoming higher, and higher. And if it continues like this, the time will come that the numbers of spirits that will be ready for reincarnation will start outweighing the numbers of the available bodies. in such that you will start seeing 3 to 4 entities in one body, living in one body, struggling for one body. You start seeing very confused set of elements in form of human beings, and it is already happening nowadays. The rate of reincarnation is now higher, very much higher than the rate of transition to the main source or to individual origins. And if it continues like this, a time will come that the whole world will be a kind of place that almost everybody will be possessed, in such that you start seeing like 3 or 4 entities living in one body.